Welcome to a new video. CPD they call it, but more common name is continuing professional development. What is it? Looks very simple by the looks of it. Plan, do, record, reflect. Keep it not on the record part, but simple, isn't it? But the topic is not exactly yet it sounds. Basically talks about reskilling and upskilling. Reskilling means improving the existing skills, whereas upskilling means picking up on new skills. Those two are the most important things of CPD. Mind you, it's not for a company, it's not for teams. Identifying our skill gaps as we go on. Our learning today, we may get our graduation today, but as we go on, we may develop gaps in our needed skills. What's needed out of us should be produced by us. If we are not in position to produce what's needed due to thing in our skills, we call them skill gaps. Now that's up to us to then set objectives and go about setting a program, get the ball rolling. That's what cricketers do. Take a look at Virat Kohli changing his stance continuously. There have been some tough times he has had over the years because the other teams used to come out early, but he kept on improving his game, right? Not just Kohli, everybody else. In order to stay in the game, that's what the players do. Continuously improving their performances. Not be as good as yesterday, the team will catch you. Only way to win in any game, in any sport, is better than before. Not all players can do that. Great hopes for cricket. Magic Carom ball, Amar Kapurgedra, Dinesh Chandimal. Great Indian talent called Unmak Chand, but it was not to be. Something somewhere result of meeting the challenge. Every actor is an example of continuing professional development. How many things an actor needs to do? Just his physique, dance, speak different languages, so many things. Amazing capacities make these great actors last decades. Jordan, that's how he succeeded, continuously improving himself. Moving on. Take the topic of IT. Whatever we do, it means doing better than what we did it before or how we did it before. And all the time improvement on the particular competitive advantage, having to change jobs, flexibility, fast evolving sector, IT, and being highly skilled. All continuously develop ourselves. How the opportunities come, just one example. 5 years from now, for the next 5 years, you can 500,000 IT talents, professionals. Current professionals to fill that need, you got to be way better than you are today, 5 years from now, or in the 5 years. Good right now not be enough. You got to be improving your capacities as you go on. How do we do this particular learning, upskilling, reskilling? Might think that the cost of education is high, so CPD is not something that we could do. Not really. There's so much of learning possible online with so many sites, a lot of them free of charge. Sites, but quite a number of sites are there where the education is free. Of modern IT are upcoming ones. Us may have learned this, have been taught these things. So how do we learn? By ourselves. Self-learning. Professional development. Learning online has come up long. No subject that we cannot learn through online. Not just any subject is there. And a lot of it free of charge. Many free certificates are available. Companies like Microsoft, Google Digital Garage, so many provide it. But remember, CPD is about taking records, keeping records of what you do. Only the recording helps us to find out what we are missing, and only the recording helps us to plan properly as to how we fill up what we need. Without a record, not happening. Workspace tools such as Notion to keep track of our progress, and this learning with a plan, not just ad hoc learning. We need to continuously question ourselves. What am I missing? Have I started it? Not when am I going to begin it? And whatever I am starting or learning, I got to review myself to check whether I am doing it right. It's not tuition, it's not getting an MBA or a PhD. CPD can happen in multiple ways. Whatever the way it happens, we have to have a record of things. That is CPD. Training. Part of it. Now take a look at here. Could be workshops, seminars, events, webinars, online programs, tuition, education, learning from friends, certificate courses, conferences. All of them are CPD, so long as I do it to a plan. The plan is recorded. Definitely, it's an investment. Planning is a must. John's model talks about a smart approach in CPD, being very logical in the approach, having self-reflection, having good short-term, mid-term and the long-term plans, having very smart plans set up, and continuous checking of myself to see what am I missing. John's model link I will provide later in the video. Remember, CPD is not just accidental learning, not just learning without a plan. It's not learning that happens as you go on. Everybody improves their skills as we go on. It may happen with some action, it may happen even by accident. It is not that. CPD is learning with a plan. Plan has to be recorded. Every now and then, CPD makes us to double check our capacities, check our current skills, and we are competent and yes, we are incompetent. Consciously or unconsciously, goes as incompetence. So it's up to us to identify all these 4 areas and work on proving the competence and zeroing the incompetence. Example, take a look at here. CPD, continuing professional development, is an endless unending cycle of things. Not something that highly paid IT professionals only does. Get a bus driver, a vehicle repair person in a normal garage. Think of a chef in a restaurant. Right? Even the normal people, in order to stay in the game, stay in their practice, they do this. So it's not just magical something that only the new era professionals have to do. They do this. So every student need to understand that his education is just one step in the ladder. He needs to move on. One of the finest of examples of continuing professional development is MS Dhoni. His storyline is here. I'll add it up in the video. Take a look at it and you'd have seen continuing professional development. Catch you in another lesson.